you knew Lambeth at the time. I mean, there are two central allegations here, that there was sex abuse going on council property, and that this was somehow linked to Bullock Forsyth's death. What do you make of those two central allegations?
Both true. This was a cesspit of corruption. Indeed, 5 years before Bullock Forsyth was murdered, I stumbled across clear evidence of a paedophile ring and abuse going on using boys from Lambeth children's homes, which I gave to the police. And that police investigation, to quote the two police officers investigating, was stopped by people on high within the police. The same thing happened again in the mid-90s.
And what about the connection to Mr Forsyth's death?
Oh, without question. He had come across the videoing of child abuse in a Lambeth children's home. He was clearly going to be talking about that, and he put the evidence together, and he was murdered. And there's little ambiguity about that from the evidence that I've seen.
And you as an MP, I mean, you've seen evidence. This is not just your belief. I mean, you've seen.
I've seen the evidence, and I was aware from the things that I saw when I stumbled across it. I was looking at corruption more widely. I had a huge corruption investigation. Loads of people were sacked because of it, and we stumbled across this as part of the investigation. Really did stumble across it, and it was clear that there was significant child abuse going on. It was organised. There were a lot of violence involved, and there's people out there who know, and there's people out there who know about the cover-up. One person came to me last week with some very clear evidence about the cover-up that ensued in the 90s. There are more people out there who know part of this story, and they ought to be speaking to the police.
Jim Gamble, this is a very serious allegation, obviously. Corruption, child abuse, murder and cover-up. Does this sound credible to you?
Well, it sounds credible. The unfortunate thing is that, we've heard it before. I mean, if you just simply take a moment to pause and reflect, Jimmy Savile, Operation Yewtree, the allegations around Dolphin Square, what we know about what's happened in Rotherham, and now this, apart from what's going on in Kincora, Jersey and elsewhere, you've got to wonder what's been going on and why it's been allowed to go on for so long. We've really come to a moment in time when, yes, reviews will be important and the lessons learned must be applied, but there has to be robust criminal investigations that take advantage of any evidence that is still remaining, and no stone can or should be left unturned.
I mean, this is unusual in as much as there's the clear suggestion that someone who was trying to uncover it was murdered, and we know that Mr Forsyth was killed.
Well, I mean, there's a key issue. At the end of the day, there are enough people still around and still alive for this investigation to have a meaningful bite. The allegation that this person was murdered linked to them about to expose this is extremely serious. And really, words defy me, because I'm not sure what I can say that will put this in context except this. The time has come for us to stop reflecting on reviews. The time has come to hold people to account. And the unfortunate thing is this. Savile in the 70s, what we've seen about the 1980s, what we've seen around Dolphin Square in the 1990s, this issue, and right up to date in Rotherham, a lack of leadership and a culture of control and cover-up. We've got to do something that wipes all that away, and it has to be about robust contemporary police investigations. And that's going to mean investment in serious resource capability. Where are these items of clothing? What DNA is still available? How are the police answering questions about the evidence that was supposedly handed to them in the early or mid-1990s? There are huge issues here that go directly to the heart of public confidence and the confidence of survivors in the competence of the police service and the institutions that are supposed to protect them.
John Mann, in this specific case of Lambeth and what's alleged to have gone on there linked to this death, what do you want to happen, and is it happening?
I want people to come forward to the police. There is a very big police investigation, but I know there's a lot of people out there who've got vital bits of information, and there are victims out there who've not been believed in the past. People need to come forward, however small, however unsure they are. If they think they've got information, there are bits that the police need that are absolutely vital.
And do you have confidence in the police investigation?
I have confidence in this police investigation now. In the past, it was blocked, and it was blocked twice. The current Operation Trinity, I've got confidence in the police officers there.
Because there have been suggestions with things like the raids on the home of the former Field Marshal Lord Bramall, or indeed Paul Gambaccini's experience, that perhaps this investigation is going for headlines rather than the nitty-gritty.
Well, the police and people like me could. I could go up in Parliament and name the names. The police could name the names. The Operation Trinity isn't doing that. I think that's the right approach. Follow the evidence and let's nail some of these people and get them jailed. That's what I want to see. And that's the way they're dealing with it. I'm impressed by their professionalism. But there are people out there, there'll be people watching, who've got vital information, who haven't given it to the police. It's about time they did.